Hey guys, I wanted to show you something new. The StarFarer came out, and because the StarFarer is such a large ship, they put you in a Revel in York hangar. I know I went over what the hangar types were from before. Selflands for small ships, the AeroView, which is what I have, is for like the Freelancer and the fighters, and then the Revel in York is for large ships. And then there's an industrial hangar for some of the industrial ships. But the MISC StarFarer, which is it's got a couple roles, but the main role would be to scoop fuel or hydrogen from a gas giant and create fuel out of it. And I'm sure they can probably scoop other gases too. So this is what my hangar looks like. You can see my Aurora over there and then my Hornet. Now in the Revel in York hangar, you can see the ships a lot better because the lighting is so much better. They haven't fixed the lighting in the AeroView yet, but once that's fixed, you'll be able to see the ships a lot better. So right now you can see my ships really nice, and I wanted to show you the StarFarer because it is absolutely massive. And now if you look through that doorway, which is where it's at, that's just part of the ship. It is 300 meters long. It is a beast. So I wanted to give you a view of this absolutely colossus ship. Is not flight ready, so I can't fly it, but I will. It's got 4 floors in there. The top floor has got the galley. I think the third floor has got the crew's quarters, and I think the second floor has got the where you get onto the cockpit, and the second floor also has where you get out to the refineries, which this big tank here in the front that says RT1 is refinery tank 1, and then the other one on the other side is refinery tank 2. So the gases go in there, and then the refined fuel goes in these 6 containers out here. And because I believe that our engines are pretty much fusion engines, they run on hydrogen. So, but I wanted to show you the front of it. There's an attachment. There's 2 different attachments, I think, for this, depending on what mode you want to get. But that front port you see in the very front that looks like kind of a mouth, that is where the scoop would fit, so that it would scoop. You would fly into like the upper levels of a gas giant and scoop fuel until your refining tanks got full, refine those, and then come in again until your storage tanks got full. So this is kind of the role of the StarFarer. Yeah, it's got a couple turrets. It's not meant to defend itself necessarily. I mean, yeah, it's got a couple guns, but it's a behemoth. Let me go to the back and open it up. So I'm at the back and I wanted you to see the animation for where it says caution key clear. Yeah, you better, because this son of a bitch comes out fast. There's a lot of people that have been squished when they stood behind it because they didn't realize what the animation was. But check this animation out. Look at that. And then the rails will come up. Oh, that's just gorgeous. But yeah, a lot of people have been smashed trying to get into it. So funny. So this is the rear entry in the cargo bay, and you can see that just this little area is huge. I'm going to go upstairs to this next level. Yeah, people have been making max because people getting lost in the ship. Out here is where the refiners, you'll have mag boots and stuff. So the guys working out here to check the tanks and the pressures and all that kind of cool stuff. Obviously, there's control panels inside as well. But yeah, this is kind of that engineering job space. And there are lifts that get you up to EVA places on the outside of the ship, and then obviously overlooking the hangar bay. Which is really cool. And there's like little Jeffries tubes all over the place, and like ladders you can climb up and whatnot to go do stuff. And this is where you go to the cockpit. We're on the second level, and here's the cockpit, which is really cool. So the captain actually, in this one, obviously if it's your ship you probably want to fly it, but the actual captain will sit in the captain's chair and kind of direct operations. You'll have a pilot, co-pilot, your shields, your weapons officers, your engineering guys, and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. And then here's some escape pods, which are cool. And there's a couple different places on the ship that there are escape pods, because you won't necessarily be there, in the, cockpit necessarily working. You'll be in other places. And there's lift access here to go do stuff, but I don't want to really necessarily do that right now. I want to go in here. So this is one of the tubes. So in here there's components. See, mind your head, you got to bend down to get into some of these places. There'll be components that may break during battles or will wear out and you'll have to go replace them. They'll be in these panels, ventilation control. I don't know what's going to go in access panel 2, but there's these places all over the ship that you'll have to do where if you're crewing the ship, you'll have to do work, which is kind of cool. And here's some more escape pods. And here's more corridors. And here is the gravity generator. And I believe around... And here's your EVA station. So in these little rooms, there'll be EVA suits. And then here's the elevator that leads back down to that down area that when I looked up earlier down outside, that's where you would lifts that would take you around. And I believe this is the engine. This is your main core. Yeah, this ship is massive. Absolutely massive. Where the hell do I go? Well, I didn't want to go down. See, now we're down in that area. Let's go back up. Go back up. I'm here in the top level, and this is the top floor of the ship, and here's where the ship galley is. You see they got a kitchen here. Not sure in 2946 what the equipment for cooking would look like, but apparently that's what it is. But it's really great. The crew table has a view of space through these open windows on the top, so you can see the stars go by when you're in space. This is the captain's quarters, which is going to be really hilarious when you see this. He's got a little captain's blankie there. He's got a little spaceman and a spaceship and planet Earth there, some planets and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of a funny little thing they put in the game. And then you got your sink. Looks like it folds up, and then you got your toilet and shower. So apparently I'm guessing the toilet drops down and acts like where all the water goes, and maybe that part drops in when you take a shower. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing the showers work, but I'm guessing I've seen that in a couple different places. So your shower and your toilet are one and the same. Interesting. And then there's a turret here, and then there's a couple turrets on the back of this, on either side of where the fuel tanks are. But I can't see wanting to fight in this thing, because this thing would probably just explode. With all those hydrogen fuel tanks and whatnot. So But yeah, this is the StarFarer, and people are just peeing themselves. Basically, it came out like significantly bigger than they thought it was going to come out, and they decided to let everybody have it in their hangar to take a look at it. And yeah, people are just going gaga over it. And, now they've put it on sale, but it's not on sale. I think the original price wasn't much more than the Freelancer, but it's on sale for like $300. So yeah, I think they're wanting to see, basically after they actually designed it and figured out all the things that a refining station in space would need, it came out like 3 times bigger than they thought it was gonna. So yeah, it's absolutely gargantuan, and they've got it flying in on the dev side, and it looks pretty awesome. I've seen a couple of clips of it, but yeah, this is a huge ship. I think this is probably one of the first ones I'm going to try to earn when I start flying my Freelancers, because this thing is just absolutely amazing. It's so huge inside, so amazing outside. Yeah, I saw an interview with one of the gals that did the engineering area. She was one of the artists that are here in Austin that was working on it, and yeah, she was pretty, or maybe LA, and she was pretty jazzed about working on it. Said it was just massive. When they're doing the artwork, there's just so many little details. But we didn't look at individual panels and whatnot, but there's so much art that went into this ship. Yeah, pretty impressive actually. So the fact that they gave us it's for the weekend, so we get to, I've been going in it and taking a look at it and just being gaga by all the stuff in there. That's the StarFarer. It's a refueler. They got it ready for Squadron 42 because obviously all the big destroyers and everything are going to need fuel. So they'll just have a fleet of these things scooping up and creating fuel along the way with the armadas. So yeah, it's people, they're getting ready to build the economy system because people are like, well, I want to get me a StarFarer and start making some money. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's StarFarer. Pretty awesome. It's a MISC ship like my Freelancer, built by the same company. So yeah, we're very impressed. You can tell by the front end how much it looks like the Freelancer. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty jazzed.